back with a fun, bright, bold look to say bye-bye to summer, because summer is my favorite season. I love the heat, I love the warmth, I love the sunshine, I love to get out and do lots of fun things, and it's sadly going away. So I am saying bye-bye to summer with my friend on YouTube here, QueeniiRozenblad. We're doing a collaboration, so you take a look at her look, see if it's something that you're interested in checking out. She definitely loves bright looks like I do. And summer, we're sending you off with a bang. There is no way we could say bye to summer without doing bright and bold looks. So if you want to see her look, definitely click below. I'll leave a link to her video and her channel. Check her out, subscribe, show your support. And if you're new to my channel, hi! If you like what you see, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button. And without much further ado, let's jump into this tutorial. Alright guys, so here's an up-close view of the look that we are going for. Nice and fun and bright, so let's get right into it. My brows are already filled in, so I'm just going in with my eyeshadow primer, and for this I'm using my NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. Next I'm going in with some concealer under my brows, and I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear concealer in the shade NC35, and this is going to act as a highlight under our brows, as well as give us a base for our brow bone area. And I'm applying that with a Bare Essentials Maximum Coverage Concealer Brush. Then we're going to go ahead and blend that out using our Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. Next we're going in with an eyeshadow base, and this is my Lane Low Pro Longwear Paint Pot from MAC. I'm just applying a very light layer of this all over the lid, and this is just going to give us a nice even canvas to work with. Again, blending that all over my lid using my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. Now let's start with the fun stuff, and I'm starting out with the middle of the lid. I'm applying my ME400 shade from Makeup Forever. It's the shade Buttercup, and it's a bright, frosty golden yellow. And I'm just applying that to the center of my lid using an Anastasia dual-ended brush from one of the palettes, and I'm just going to pull that in the center of my lid, and that's going to give us that bold pop-up color, bam, on the center of the lid. Next I'm grabbing the shade ME734, which is Tangerine, also from Makeup Forever. Same brush, and I'm just going to apply that right next to the yellow that we placed on the center of the lid. So we're placing it on the outer half and the inner half. So make sure you leave some space because we're just laying down the colors now. We'll do all the blending in a little bit. Now I'm going in with a pink shade, and this shade is S552, Makeup Forever again. And I'm applying it with the smaller side of the brush because we're getting into smaller spaces now and we really need to concentrate that color. So I'm using the smaller side, which is kind of like a pencil brush, and again just placing the color, so we're just pulling it down so we deposit the color. Don't worry about blending. I know we look like stripes right now, but we will be fine. We will be okay. Next I'm going in with a red shade, and I'm going in with my favorite red eyeshadow. It's a loose pigment from Magnolia Makeup. It's the shade Creole Tomato, which is number 202. And I'm using that small side of the brush again just to apply that color. And it's a matte bright red. It's just my favorite red. It's the one that picks up the most intensity and applies really well. It blends really nicely. So any red you have will do, but that's just my favorite. Let me apologize because the next color I'm using is discontinued from Makeup Forever. It's the number 92 eyeshadow. It's the well-loved, well-favored, and highly blessed eyeshadow. It's the most perfect purple, and I hate that they discontinued it. But any matte, bright purple that you have in your collection will do. And I'm just applying it now to the last part, so the inner and outer lid area. Again, just depositing for now. We'll blend in a second. Alright, now that we have the colors down, I'm going to go around the edges of the colors using my J5523 blending brush from Hakuhodo. And I'm just going to go around the edges of the colors, not trying to blend too much on the lid just yet. Just keeping this on the brow bone area and the crease to make sure we don't have any sharp lines. To help with the blending, I'm grabbing some of my favorite blending shades. You could have done this before, but I just found it worked better when I did it after I apply the colors, I'm grabbing M650 and M660 from Makeup Forever, so the shade Cookie and Speculous, on the same brush, and I'm just going to apply that in the crease area. Just windshield wiper motions to blend out the edges of those colors. Again, this color is just going to help to transition those shades upwards. Alright, so now that we've placed those colors and we know where everything is going to be, I'm going to grab more of the purple, this time on a bigger brush. This is the GSN number 9 brush from Chikuhodo. And I'm going to apply that, just deposit that on the outer lid and outer crease area. And what we're doing is building up the intensity of this color so it really pops out. It's nice and vivid. And then go back in with that blending brush and just blend out the edge of that color so it's not as harsh. And you may want to pick up a little bit of the color itself on your brush to help with blending out that shade. Very little, and then just go at the edges to blend that color out. I'm grabbing a clean blending brush because that one was just getting too muddy. This is just a J142 from Hakuhodo. Same shape or similar shape, but it's just a brand new clean brush. And when you have trouble with blending and colors are getting too messy, go in with a clean blending brush. That will help a whole lot. I'm just going back and forth again, just trying to fade out that color. Now let's go ahead and go back in with some of these shades. I'm going in with the red again on that same small brush that we had before, and just building it up so it pops out again where we did some blending and we may have lost some of that color. Doing looks like these take a little bit of work because they're gonna need blending and reblending and reapplying color and adding more and going back and forth. So just pack your patience and your blending skills and let's get to it. Now I'm going back in with the orange again because we lost some of that as well. Then go ahead and apply some of the pink in between that so everything kind of comes together. We're trying to do a gradient that kind of fades one color into the other. And now I'm going back in with that center yellow color that kind of ties everybody together. Going back in with my blending brush again, the clean one, and just making sure our edges, always check your edges ladies, blend out the edge of that color in the crease. For the very inner tear duct area, I'm using my I-528 Pearl shade from Makeup Forever. And this is just a bright shimmery shade, and we're just going to pop that on the inner tear duct area, and that is going to brighten up that area so it doesn't get closed off by that purple. Now for the lower lash line, I want it to have a pop of blue, so I'm going in with my ME216 Electric Blue eyeshadow from Makeup Forever on a MAC 242 small shader brush, and just applying that right up against the lashes just to get that nice blue on that lash line. And then go in with a blending brush just to fade out those edges. This is an all over shadow brush from IT Cosmetics for Ulta, the number 119. On the lower waterline, I'm just using my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in the shade Perversion. It's just a matte black, just to deepen up and ground the entire look. Then let's not forget the brow bone highlight. I'm just grabbing the shade Undressed from my Lorac Gold palette. Any highlight you're comfortable with. I'm using like a yellowed ivory shade. Just popping that under my brow using the 252 brush from MAC. Now go in with your mascara, and if you know me, you know it's the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Just apply that to your upper lashes. And for the bottom lashes, I'm using my MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, which I just love for the lower lash line. And now for the lashes, I am not applying an upper lash line liner, I'm just applying lashes. And the lashes I'm using are from House of Lashes in the style Pixie Luxe, which I don't have the case for it, don't judge me. They just have a crisscross style to them, and they are a cat eye shape. Alright, let's see if this lash glue is gonna let me be great. Get on my lashes! Get in my belly! Nope, not letting me be great. Well, the lashes are on, but that took forever and a day. So what I'm gonna do is go over the lash band and the areas where I messed up with glue, which I am using black glue. Who told me to do that? So anyway, it messed up my lashes. So now we're gonna apply winged liner using my, which one is this? This is the Super Skinny marker from NYX. So I'm gonna create a very thin wing so it doesn't look too deliberate. It's just a simple wing. And we gotta match the other eye. Alright, so now the eyes are finally done. So here's the finished look. And I really love how this turned out. It's really pretty, so let's go ahead and finish up the rest of the face. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and finish up the rest of the face. For my foundation, I used my Marc Jacobs Remarkable Full Coverage Foundation. I am the shade 82 Cocoa Light, and I use this very lightly, very sparingly because it is full coverage, but I have a review coming up for this sneak peek. It's awesome and I love it. You know, just letting you know. And then I am going to set that foundation with my NARS pressed powder in the shade Mountain, and I am going to use my Tarte, have no idea the name of this brush, but it is a very large kind of kabuki powder brush, and I'm just gonna press this into my skin to set my face down. And then I'm also gonna go around the edges of my skin because my husband looked at me and said, "Is that a new foundation?" Like, yeah. He's like, "It doesn't match you." I'm like, calm down, I'm not done. What happens is my foundation will look fine on my face, but as you see, it will look a little bit light when you look at my hairline and like at my chin. So what I do to counteract that is I grab a darker powder. This is the shade Heat from NARS. It's a darker powder. And I'm grabbing that on a Hakuhodo B531 brush. Can you imagine he tried to makeup check me like, yo, fix your foundation. Hello? So I'm using this around my hairline. So I'm going to darken up my hairline, as you can see. And then I'm going to pull this down also on my cheek area to create a pre-contour. It's going to give a little bit more sculpting effect to that cheek area before we actually contour. I'm going to also bring that down on my jawline, and it's just going to pull everything together and kind of let it look a little bit more seamless with my natural skin color. And I'm also going to take some of that down the sides of my nose. I'm grabbing this on a Smith 220 brush. It's a flat top. They call this the perfect blending brush. I don't know, it's just a flat top kind of eyeshadow brush, and I'm just gonna run that along the edges of my nose. Because this is so thin, it actually works out pretty decently for this. So just at the sides of my nose to slim out the bridge of my nose. And I'm gonna take it around the tip just to give a more defined shape to my nose area. And then for the actual contour, I'm going in with my Becca Low Light Highlight palette, and I love this contour palette. I'm going to grab that on my Marc Jacobs The Shape brush. So I'm going to grab the contour powder and apply it to the hollows of my cheeks to give my face more definition. But because we put that darker powder down before, everything's going to flow even more seamlessly because it's a gradient rather than, hey, stark contour color. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to grab that same Smith brush and apply some of this down the sides of my nose, but not all the way where I applied the other powder. I'm just going to concentrate it on the middle of my nose to give a little bit more definition in that area only. Alright, so for my blush, I'm going in with a pop of color. I'm using my Baked Gelato Vivid Swirl blush from Laura Geller. This is the shade Papaya. It's kind of a neon coral peach shade. It's really bright and beautiful. I'm going to apply that on my cheeks using my Tom Ford No. 2 brush. Any blush brush would do. I'm just going to pop that on my cheeks and blend it in. If you get too much color with a blush, what you can do is go in with your powder brush and just go over it, and it will blend it in a little bit more seamlessly. So I have a bright pop of color, but it's not too overwhelming on my cheeks because I did blend out the edges of it. And then for my highlight, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminator. This is one of their new highlight powders. This is the shade Riviera, which is kind of a dusty rose gold shade. And I'm going to grab that on an Inglot 4SS brush, and I'm going to pop that on the high points of my cheeks. And when I did my review video, a couple of comments, people are like, oh, that looks too intense. I'm going to pass on that. That doesn't look good on dark skin. It looks too silvery. And I'm like, maybe in the video it looks like that, but in real life, it's amazing how subtle and glowy these look like. Look at my skin right now. You guys, if you watch me enough, you know I'm not into stark highlight powders. When I tell you these are subtle, I mean they're subtle. For me, and I love subtle highlights. It depends on how you apply them, obviously. The key is to blend it in. It blends in seamlessly with your skin. I mean, look how glowy my skin looks. Isn't that awesome? And then I'm gonna grab some of that on my finger and put it just on the center of the bridge of my nose. That's gonna give a more slimming effect again. And then pop it on the point, the tip, so that gives a more perky nose effect. It looks a little perky, yeah. And then pop it on my Cupid's bow and you know the jam. Then for my lips, I am going in with something colorful. I thought it was. I'm going in with Color Rain 24/7 liquid lipstick. This is kind of a muted rose pink shade. I'm gonna apply that all over my lips. I really love these lipsticks, these liquid lipsticks. I really like this formula a lot. Pop that on my lips, give us a nice color, and then I'm going in with a lip pencil. This is the shade BFF2 from ColourPop. It is just one of their neutral color pencils. I did not need that. I did not need it, but I still outlined just the tops of my lips, like the very edge of my lips and the bottom half as well. And then I said, that lip does not look intense enough for a summer look. So I grabbed my MAC Vamplify lip gloss in the shade Little Miss Mischief, which is a brighter color, and I'm gonna pop that just on the center of the lips. And the good thing about these liquid lipsticks that I like is that they mix well with other things. So if I use a lip gloss on top, it's not gonna pull the color off, it's not gonna, you know, peel and flake. It actually still melds with the lip gloss and without getting all crazy, crepey or icky looking. So I applied this to the center of my lips, blended it in, and I think that color is a little bit more summerish, but it's still muted to not compete with the eyes. So that is gonna finish up our look. I really, really love this look, and I love how it turned out. I love doing sunset looks. I think they are so fun and bright and wearable. No, not going to the supermarket? Probably not. But thank you guys so much for watching. As usual, I leave a full list of products used in the description box below, and you can find links to my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages where you can follow me along. And definitely check out Queenie and see what she has to offer. She loves bright looks just like I do, and I mean, it's bye-bye to summer, so we decided to go out with a bang. So thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you liked what you saw. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye!